Hi, and congratulations on this. I've been having so much fun watching this, so I think people are really gonna enjoy it. I want to ask the two of you this question first, is that Sid and Nancy kind of have one of the most, kind of infamous and tragic stories in music, not just music, but kind of pop culture, modern pop culture in general. But it was definitely before your time. Did you know kind of about their whole backstory before this, or is it something that you learned as you were in the process of shooting and kind of preparing for the role?
I mean, for me, it was definitely in the preparation and the shooting of it and kind of unraveling it. That way I was familiar with Sid and Nancy in the way that I've seen all those iconic images of them, and I kind of knew about like how it all ended.
Yeah.
But in terms of them as people and what their relationship would have been, wasn't aware, no.
Yeah, I had the benefit of knowing almost nothing about them, so stepping into it, we had a 2-month rehearsal phase where we just got exposed to all of what I did, having known nothing, exposed to so much new information that it was just like reading a book. So I could just take it all in without any prior sort of assumptions. Obviously everybody has their own sort of subconscious knowledge of the Pistols, but I didn't have too much of that blurring my vision.
Yeah. Do you find that that's kind of easier when you have a little bit more of a blank slate like that, because there's not kind of that pressure to, I have to get this character exactly right, or I have to look exactly like her, or move like her, or is it almost harder when you don't really have a basis of comparison?
That's interesting. I'd say probably the former, to be honest. And I just remembered, actually, as you were saying that, Danny said to us so early on, like, I'm not looking for a, what was it?
A carbon copy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's like you've been cast because you've got the essence of the character, and I'm not looking for you to parody them, because I'm not interested in that. And so that kind of put me at ease. It's like, this is a person I'm playing. It's not a stereotype.
Yeah, it was always very much about finding the soul and the essence of the person, exactly like you said. And then, of course, comes the hair and the makeup and the, that comes the standard. But it wasn't about an imitation; it was an interpretation.
Imitation.
Yeah, the hair and the makeup is it's so great in this show. Like, I had so much fun with it. And because the Sex Pistols were even like slightly before my time, but you still see the pictures and the kind of iconic looks. Once you got all that on and the costumes and everything, did it help you? Like, what did it feel like when you finally saw yourself for the first time? Like, yeah, I'm punk rock. Like, this is awesome.
What did it feel like for you? I haven't heard this.
I remember going in for my test, and we put the wig on and we did a test of the makeup, and I think I put some clothes on. I actually came in to do rehearsal, and everyone kind of looked up and went, and seeing myself in the mirror was quite bizarre, because it wasn't. I could still see myself, here and there, but suddenly the voice comes on and you're like changing your body shape a little bit, and it's all these kind of like small layers that flesh out a whole character. And that's always the key for me sometimes, like putting on hair and makeup and an outfit. You're like, oh, there they are.
And then Lewis, what about for you? Because, I mean, Sid Vicious has such a, like, who he is. Yeah. What did it feel like the first time you kind of finally transformed?
I'm trying to think the first time. I think it took me quite a while to really feel like him. Honestly, the accent was one of the hardest bits for me. I spent longer than I should have getting it down, because it was my first ever time doing it and I was learning a lot. But once I had that, it just unlocked a whole load. It unlocked a world for us, certainly, when we could just sort of improvise and muck around and create things together. But for me, I had these teeth that I would wear for the part that were all sort of grimy and so when I put them on, it sort of changed my mouth and I could get the accent down. And then once they spiked up my hair, I couldn't really switch it off, to be honest, because everyone else had wigs. My hair was cut to look like Sid's.
And dyed.
Cut and dyed. So I was walking around with him on my head for 9 months. So there was too much of him, if anything.
You find that you guys have carried, any of, because they were so bold and kind of fearless, and they knew exactly what they wanted. Did you find that you kind of carried any of that with you even after you stopped filming? Like, has it changed you or shaped your view of the world in any way, playing these two characters?
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I think people that dress a little funky I might have often thought, it's kind of quirky, odd, but now I'm like, I respect that decision to step out of the house and think, fuck it, I'm going to wear what I want to wear.
Yeah.
I really respect that, because I mean, at the heart of it, that's sort of what punk was about, doing your own thing, being individual. And, yeah, that's quite an empowering thing, so I respect that, I can say.
Yeah, I don't know if I carried anything with me. I think just learning so much more about that time and the impact it had and how much it still matters to people. Like, I think people feel very protective over their experience of it, and you know, kind of rightly so. Wouldn't want to take that away from anyone. But yeah, just the joy of playing these characters really in the time that we had on set was like priceless.
Well, you were fantastic, both of you, and I'm really looking forward to people seeing this because I think they're really gonna enjoy it. So congratulations again.